So, like normal, I will speak English and seminary will translate it. And then maybe you tell the
topic.
the topic in German and in English. How to make
decisions without doubt
without
without like delaying it.
Yeah. So I will start it on the way that many times people coming to me and asking me questions. For example, oh, I have to choose a work, or should I marry her or not, or should I marry her or not, or should I bring the child or not? People come with this kind of questions and they want solution. They want help. I assume that you yourself also, sometimes people coming and asking you, friends or someone, sometimes from the family, or or even you yourself going and trying to get advice from others. People never to take decision. You have to take decision. What you recommend to friends when they are coming to you? It's happened to you? So anyone can tell me? It's happened that people asking you questions, coming and asking advice, good friends or someone from family. I asking you because I want to show you the difference. I mean, I will show you the point of view of Buddhism, how the Buddhism look at the things, okay? What's the tool of the Buddhism? But before this, I want to ask you how you deal. Suppose I will come to you, or if any man come to you and ask, should I get married with her or not? Should I take the work or not? We are very long time friends already. Me and her, we are very, very long time friends, and I think she's good for me. But I don't know if should I marry her or not. What do you think? Should I marry her or not? What do you tell me?
For me, I'll try to take out myself and let the people talk and just like to listen to what they are sharing, but I take myself out.
So your advice, it's that I should talk with her, huh? Should I would advise something like to try to talk with her? This is what you recommend me?
She's the opposite. No, she say if you ask the question, she will take herself out and she will listen what you have to share with her. It's not the advice how she's dealing. Someone come and ask her question, she's put herself out and just let the person who asked the question share it and talk first.
I told you, I share with you. I say, I think I love her, but I don't know. We are living already sometimes together, so should I marry her or not? What do you think?
I would say to a friend that he should listen to his feelings, because I think the people often know it even before, because you have a tendency or something.
You cannot give advice, Elisabeth.
Usually you are giving advice?
Yes.
So what do you recommend me?
Also,
conflict, I don't know. Actually, she pushed me to marry. I don't know if I want.
So maybe if you have the feeling to marry, and maybe you will be happy with it, and then maybe
so you recommend me to marry? You would recommend me to marry?
No.
So you recommend me not to marry her? You see, I tell you something. This is very nice what we are doing, because I think that this is the way that we are living the life usually. Any one of you here, you have conflict with your boss? Sometimes you want to know what to do, huh? I have problem with my boss. All the time he blame me things I never make. And the woman all the time in the office all the time come and say things about things I never make. I think I need to leave this work.
Ich denke, ich muss diese Arbeit verlassen. Aber was soll ich?
This many years already. What do you recommend me? To work? I don't know. I'm afraid to talk with the boss. And this woman all the time she maybe I have to go another office or something. What do you recommend me?
Why you have the fear to speak with the boss?
Because maybe you will start to complain about all what I'm doing. Because this woman, she more position with me. I don't know why I like her more. But actually, when you listen to her, I destroy all the office. You don't know, but it's not good for all the firma. So what do you tell me to do? You see, this I think all of you, all the time, for yourself you have this problem, and also people coming to you with this problem. Huh?
Everybody have to find out for himself what he wants. This is the
But
best.
I'm only doubting. I don't know. And all the time I fear and doubting. Otherwise, I don't come to you. Maybe you can help me.
But sometimes there is maybe like ways out or other options. Sometimes it's good to change also. Maybe change the office.
So you recommend me to leave the office?
If there is another chance.
I don't know. I mean,
You have to go.
I'm working this work so many years already, 20-something years, and I so like this work. I care about this work. I want to. I'm talking about this way that hello. Because I want to show you how usually you are thinking. So it will be able to show you more, it will be more understandable when I will talk, okay, when I will lead. So okay, now we understand the way that you are thinking. I couldn't get any answer from you yet. I mean, I'm still with my conflict with my wife, or not wife, my girlfriend, and I'm still in conflict with my boss. But we see how we do it. See how the Buddha would deal with this, or the point of view, or the way of Buddhism into all this conflict in the life, which is, I'm sure that everybody of you have this. Because it's interesting that this kind of thing, there is 2 points that I'm sure that almost, I don't say almost, everybody of you stay in the 2 positions. The one that asking the question and the one that trying to help, because we're so sorry about the other person. I try to find something to help him. So I want to give him something, at least from this talk, maybe I can help him. So again I ask, is any one of you, before I ask, is any one of you have a conflict in the work with the boss? Anyone? Nobody?
I know about a conflict.
I know such a conflict not from myself, but from my son.
Not with his boss, but with a colleague.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about any kind of conflict. We just give example to play, to explain. Okay, so we talk about boss, about wife, husband. We talk about life, about neighbor. My neighbor put I don't know the water stream outside, and all the time make me noise. Beep, 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 or they threw the garbage to my garden, or so many problems. So suppose someone have problem. Suppose one of you have the problem. I will ask you something. Huh? You said you have problem with Mr. So-and-so. What to do? I ask you something, okay? Who knows you better than you? There's anyone that knows better than you? What you like in these connections? Anyone know you better than you in the conflict in your life? Huh? Maybe your mother? Maybe your daughter? Nobody, huh? Who knows what you want with these connections to the other person? What is your wish in this connection? Who you think is know better than you what you want? What is your interest in this connection? Actually, nobody. Huh? Who knows what is the timing that is suitable for you? What time to call? What time you finish work? What time, I don't know, you come back from whatever, what time you are eating lunch? What? There is anyone that know what time is suitable for you in your life? Actually, if we talk like this, I know the best what is good for me. Actually, if I'm going to ask my friend, my father, my mother, whatever they tell me, they never they can see in my point of view. Even more than this, I tell you, that most of the possibility they will guide me wrong, because they are looking for their own point of view. The Buddha was see this kind of thing so clear that he said to the monk, and he gave him precept. The monk have 227 precepts. One of them, he don't allow to get involved in the relationship of husband and wife, to marriage or to separate them. I can give you example. I was already monk. I had some kind of experience with all these things. And one time, one woman come to me, and she said to me, oh, you know, my brother, and he also was practicing with me, And he said, my brother, he have the girlfriend, so long time. They are making each other crazy, and she's not good for him. And all the time they are fighting, and all the time coming back and tell him something. Because why? I'm a preacher. I have a strong word. Something like he can listen to me. Go and talk with them. Tell them to stop this. It's just a suffering for them. So you know what I told her? Leave them alone. Let them understand by themselves what they want. They know by themselves what they want. We don't allow to get involved. If we talk like this by the words, the big words, this is their own karma. Don't go into this karma between them. And I can tell you that it was a long time ago. They are married and they have children.
Yeah.
So if it's so nice, I already have all the solution inside. I know what I want, I know what is my timing, I know what I want from the other person, and this, oh, I'm so nice, so I know all the solutions. So why I'm going to ask people questions? Because we are blind. Our eyes is covered by dust. I have to go to look for work tomorrow, and then I cannot sleep because I'm worried. And I wake up in the morning, I don't eat well. And all the time I'm considering what will be and how he will shout on me, not shout on me. And he have many other people that he need. Come on, what I'm fighting with myself now. I even didn't see him. I don't know how he looks like. And already I'm fighting with the boss that I don't know who is it. But we are all the time fighting with the people. We are blind. Actually, he needs me the same like I need him. He needs some good worker, the same like I need this work. But now I develop in my mind so fighting that it became big problems already. But actually there is no problem. It's just a situation. I only go to say who I am, he will say what he needs, and we have to negotiate together. But in my mind I already create big problems from situation. Like this I said to you, in the life there is no problems. In the life there is only situations. When we are looking at the situations with worry, with anger, with doubt, with lazy, with wanting, this small situation even can be a very big problem. Actually, I'm just sitting now. But if I'm just out, it's not comfortable, when this talk will finish, I want to sleep. This sitting will be upside down. But it's just a sitting. You see, I sit here and if I start to think, they like what I say, they don't like what I say, maybe they do, maybe I make mistake, maybe it's upside down. How many people cannot sit in the front of people and talk? How many of you cannot sit in the front of people and talk? This is the most fear that people suffer. And when I'm staying alone in the shower, how much beautiful I can sing. So you see, what happened is that every situation in the life, we are something like a blind. We have anger inside, worry, lazy, craving, doubting, all these things. Don't let us to see the situation. And every small things become big trouble in our life. 1 year I already studying in the university. Whatever I know, anywhere I know. Whatever I don't know, anywhere I don't know. And tomorrow I have examination. So why we get stressed so much? I tell you the secret. It's not because of the examination. It's not because of the boss, and even it's not about my girlfriend or my boyfriend or whatever, because of my mind. The Buddha said the problem is not outside, it's not in our life. It's not in our situations in the life. It's inside us. As long as we have the anger inside, the worry inside, the lazy, the doubt, they're just waiting for the time, the situation, when they can come up. Yeah, for sure we don't experience all of them all the time, but in the moment that we will feel them, then it's upside down, block. That's why we call it in English, we use the word of hindrances. We want to do something, it's hindrance, it's block us. Even when we were young, remember, just have to do our homework. Ooh, suddenly I'm so tired. How to do homework now? All the time is going. So the Buddha find out that this, what we call problems in the life or trouble in the life, it's not because of our experience with the neighbor or with the boss or with the colleague. It's because of what we have inside us. All this dust that we have inside our mind. And then you ask, okay, so for example, I have tomorrow to go to talk with my boss, or I have to do this and that, and the anger coming and control me, the worry come control me, the doubt is coming control me. What to do then? Okay, so I blame for everything. So what should I do? There is solution, there is anything to do against it, to really to find the right solution for me. And then the Buddha find out that it's possible to overcome all these hindrances. When we just look at them, when we pay attention to ourselves, whatever the things will come up, we can overcome it much better. When we just pay attention to our conditions like this, then this condition will be less and less effect on us. I think I told at least maybe part of you already hear this story. I'm telling it a few times because it's something like experience that I had in my past. How the mindfulness can something like control our behavior, reducing the power of these hindrances. For example, if someone anger, if you look at the anger, the power of the anger will be less. If you look at the worry, the power of the worry will be less. I just make it like before I start to explain. We talk about anger, worry, doubt, lazy, craving, sometimes sadness. Okay, all these elements that we have inside us, because they block us in our life. We don't know how to go on with our life. That's why we use the word of hindrances. The Buddha called kilesa, like a dirt, like a rubbish. So I want to show you how the power of it is reducing when we use mindfulness. Before I became a monk, I was working very, very hard. I used to work electricity and also taking care for disabled people. And in the night, I used to come back home. I think some of you already hear the story. And anyway, I came back home. I was using to eat my dinner, or big meal, like this, very, very hungry. And then listening to music and to the radio also. One evening I'm coming back home, I'm eating my meal, and then suddenly, like this. And in the moment that I'm yawning like this, suddenly in the radio it was commercial, "Are you tired?" And then immediately, oh! Something like someone talk to me, come man, catch me. So you see what happened is that in the moment that I got mindfulness, it was from outside. Yeah, someone told me, "Do you think that I'm as a young?" And Mama said, "Why are you angry?" And then these reflections can make me more relaxed in this moment. You think in the evening, tomorrow you have examination, you go to meet the new boss or whatever. Okay, you need to go to some meeting. And all the mind, all the time, the mind, or they're fighting with everybody, all the world. Create story, big story in your mind. But you don't know. It's taking you, this story is taking you, and you cannot function, you can do sleep, and boom, 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 boom. In this moment, you just eat your dinner. In this moment, you just look at the television. In this moment, you're just trying to sleep. But your mind is playing. The monkey like to jump. You have many reasons. You think that if you train this monkey, in the moment that you see, you start telling stories, just acknowledge, thinking. What I'm doing, I'm just sitting now. What I'm doing, I'm just chewing. Bring yourself to the present moment. And monkey want to jump again, train him to come back again. Sitting. Bloop, jumping. Slowly. What happens is that he learns to be here and now. He stop jumping to tomorrow. Yeah. He will jump when you are eating. He will jump when you are walking to your room. He will jump when you are dressing your pyjama. He will jump when you try to sleep. And the moment that he jumps, just acknowledge it. Thinking, or worry. Or planning, come back. What I'm doing, I'm just laying down. Just rising, just falling. The boat want to jump on the wave. Click! You hold it. I know it's important to plan how to talk with them, but trust yourself that already the answer is there. Don't, in the moment that you go to sleep, you go to sleep. You don't plan the plan. So in the moment that you will sleep, you just sleep. Every time the mind wants to jump, acknowledge it. Thinking, worry, come back again. Laying, rising, falling. And in the moment that you take your breakfast, just take breakfast. Don't plan the planning, and don't fight with the boss that even you don't never see in your life. Try to train yourself even in the small details. When you are coming and holding the key for the car, just moving and touching the key for the car. don't be with the boss. When you take your Andy, just be with the Andy in the present moment. And then you don't have to look for him and waste time. Where is it, my Andy? When you close the door of your house, just close the door of your house, be in the present moment. So you just don't need to worry when you are on the way, close the door or not close the door. You go down on the stairs, you pay attention to every steps you are doing. So the ambulance no need to wait for you outside. When you are driving, be with your car. Don't be with the fighting. Just pay attention how you are driving. So your safety all the way through. Every step is important. You do right, left. There is no justice to think what will be. This is future. Trust yourself. The wisdom is already inside. You know exactly what to say. Don't worry. You remember what I have done when I was sitting here? What the first things I said to seminary? Please tell what is the subject in German and in English. And you even don't remember what I'm going to talk. I don't have idea what I'm going to tell you. What I know, it's anyway I know. What I don't know, anyway I don't know. I'm just sitting. Rising, falling, happy. What are you doing? Hearing, rising, falling, rising. When I'm moving, touching, right? This is my duty. I don't think now what I'm going to say. Even I don't know what I'm going to tell you. It's come by itself. Because anyway, what you have inside, you already have inside. What you don't have inside, anyway you don't have inside. But if you just bring yourself in the present moment, you will be the most authentic without disruption. And of course you have anger inside. Of course you are worried. Of course you have doubt. Of course all these things are inside you, and you will not be able to run away. The same like the thinking is, the monkey like to think. The monkey used to worry. He used to make all these things. So then you see the worry. The same like you see the thinking, you ignore thinking. You see the worry, you ignore it, you worry. Boom! And then you come back again. Oh, doubting. I'm good, I'm not good. Doubting now. Boom! Wanting, I want to success. Wanting. Boom! Like a fish. Beep. And of course, I'm already sitting in the front of my boss. He's talking to me, hearing. Oh, what will be to do? Worry. Planning. You see that the word will come by itself.
Und dann
You don't need to think what to say. It's already there. I tell you, before when I go to Thailand, my teacher teach me this kind of idea. I came to Israel, and then I have to make some duty. In the same duty, we have to guard, to watch on some place. In the same times, in the same group of people, we have also one mathematic man. I like very much to solve problems. If we put this weight and this weight, what will be, and how many times to make it easy, and And he's a mathematic man. He likes to ask questions. So all the time I'm sitting with them and we are talking.
He was guarding something?
Yeah, this is in the, in Israel we have to serve in the army every year for some times. And the army, they let us to guard about some kind of camp. So all our duty is guarding, 2 hours, 3 hours, and going and resting and eating and come back again to rest. Yeah, and then you explain them about the idea that it's like we are in the army, that guarding about the place. And sometimes I'm going eating my lunch, and you sit and ask me question, and then I go to guard. I have to sit alone 2-3 hours, I don't know how many, and just sitting and waiting. If something will happen, nothing to do. And then I want so much to solve the problem, to show. I'm sitting alone in the middle of the desert, nothing to do.
That's it.
But if I put this right here and this right here, my teacher told me just thinking, put it on the side of her. What you have followed the equation. Sitting, rising, falling. And then, but if I put this in here and then make it here. Again. Thinking. Come back to the sitting. Forget about the equation.
Yeah.
The time is going to finish and I don't have answer. So ashamed, so afraid. What will be? Fear. Worry. Come back. Sitting. Maybe I'm not so good to answer this question. Doubting. Sitting. But I want to say solve the problem. Everybody will see how good I am and this. Oh, wanting, sitting, rising. And then, poof, oh, the idea comes in my mind. Every question I could answer to him. He come and ask me, people cannot answer to this question. How can you answer? What should I explain them? What I teach them? I practice Vipassana. Something like I can say, I didn't find a solution. It's come by itself. So that's why I try to bring the confidence. Just acknowledge it. Come back to present moment. When you are driving, just you driving. When you go shopping, just go shopping. When you look at the movie, just look movie. Don't think in the future. Come back present moment. So I can recommend you better don't ask other people. They just make you more confused. They will look in their own point of view. They're never able to look into your own point of view. I tell you more than this. That this meeting with your boss, if you use the mindfulness, you can see how much worry you have, how much wanting you have, how much doubting you have. And it's not help you only in this meeting. In the future, when you come to the same kinds of situation and all these hindrances want to show off, there will be less. What Buddha actually find out, it's not that only in the same moment, these kind of characters like anger, worry, doubt, when I look at them, the power of them in the same moment is going down. It's also like big tree of anger that I have. Every time I acknowledge anger, boom, I cut one leaf. Oh, doubting, boom, cut one leaf. Oh, you cannot cut it in one time. But slowly, like, I said to the people, let this meeting to build you for the future. You will meet this kind of situation many times in your life. But what you learn from this, how you build yourself for this, it doesn't matter if you will get the work or you don't get the work. At least you build yourself on this. The confidence is more. You build in this situation when you look at how much anger, worry, doubt, lazy, craving you have. It's not only that you cut them, you also build the quality inside you. We call it faculties. This is effort and energy. This is the confidence, mindfulness, concentration. It's important, the wisdom. It comes by itself. Don't run after this. It will come by itself. If you just learn to live in the present moment. Yeah. And then what it happened that in every situation like this will be a present for you. It will not be a problem for you. Of course it's not nice, because then you have to look about all these hindrances. I can tell you, I'm talking about this, that the people cannot talk in the front of audience, okay? Because one thing I was reading about this, but I also experienced it on myself. If before 23 years that I start to practice Vipassana, you tell me that I will be sitting here and making everybody joke and beep, 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 like this, I never believe. And for sure, to catch the monkey, how he's jumping, it's not easy. That's why we have to train. That's why we are doing turning, rising, touching. So in the training of walking meditation, sitting meditation, mindful prostration, we can train ourselves so in the real times we can acknowledge right, left, and touching the door of the office and turning and pushing and seeing when I see my boss or my colleague or my wife or whatever it is. Yeah. So then we can really train the mind so in the time that we need it in our life, the situation will not be a problem. It just stays a situation. And then we don't let all the hindrances to disturb us to see what we already know. This is the trick that the Buddha find out, how to overcome what we call difficulties in the life, which there is no such things like this. Mm-hmm. This is his advice. Please, any questions? Okay. So I wish for all of you that you will learn and you will be able to manage your life in the most smoothly way and with wisdom way. And no difficulties will be there. Thank you.